On October 7th, the Palestinian militant group known as Hamas initiated an attack on Israel. This assault involved a coordinated effort by land, sea, and air forces, marking the first direct invasion of Israel by Hamas. Some have likened this event to Israel's own September 11th, a shocking surprise attack unprecedented in half a century. The targets of Hamas included homes, civilians, and even a concert in Israel, resulting in over 1,500 casualties, including fatalities, thousands of injuries, and the abduction of hundreds. This development took many by surprise, although, in hindsight, there were signs that tensions were escalating. The previous significant outbreak of violence occurred in 2021, but the current situation far exceeds those earlier clashes. In response, Israel pledged a swift and forceful retaliation, announcing their intention to impose a complete blockade on Gaza. The bombing campaign has already commenced, and there are indications that a ground offensive may soon follow, leading to urban warfare in one of the world's most densely populated areas. As we delve into the historical context behind this ongoing conflict, it's crucial to understand that the strife between Israel and Palestine has persisted for generations. The current hostilities are rooted in issues and animosities that have evolved over decades of struggle. To comprehend how it all began, we must travel back to the aftermath of World War I, when the British Empire assumed control of the region known as Palestine, a narrow strip of land situated between the River Jordan and the Mediterranean Sea. During that era, Palestine was home to an Arab majority and a Jewish minority, both of whom laid claim to historical Palestine as their rightful land. This complex situation posed an immediate challenge. The 1920s through the 1940s witnessed a significant influx of Jewish immigrants to Palestine, seeking refuge from persecution and the horrors of the Holocaust. This migration further heightened tensions with the Arab population. In 1947, the United Nations voted to partition Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, designating Jerusalem, a city of profound religious significance to both sides, as an international entity. While Jewish leaders accepted this plan, Arab leaders rejected it, setting the stage for a protracted impasse. In 1948, the British recognized that they could not resolve the conflict and withdrew. Jewish leaders, with the support of then US President Harry Truman, subsequently declared the establishment of the State of Israel. This declaration was met with opposition from many Palestinians, leading to a full-scale war. Neighboring Arab nations, including Jordan and Egypt, joined the conflict, marking the beginning of the Arab-Israeli conflict. The consequences were devastating for Palestinians, with hundreds of thousands forced to flee. By the time the fighting ceased in the following year, Israel had gained control of a significant portion of the land. Jordan occupied the West Bank, and Egypt took control of Gaza. Jerusalem was divided, with Israeli forces in the west and Jordanian forces in the east. Significantly, no formal peace agreement was reached, and blame for the ongoing hostilities was placed on both sides. Fast forward to June 5, 1967, when the Six-Day War erupted, leading to a redrawing of the map. Israel captured and occupied the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and other Arab territories. Notably, the majority of Palestinian refugees and their descendants reside in Gaza and the West Bank, and Israel has not permitted their return, citing concerns about overwhelming the country and jeopardizing its identity as a Jewish state. Presently, Israel still maintains control over the West Bank, and the United Nations continues to recognize it as occupied territory. Turning our focus to Jerusalem, a city of immense religious significance to Christians, Jews, and Muslims, we encounter another contentious issue. Israel claims the entire city as its capital, while Palestine asserts that East Jerusalem is the capital of its future state. Over the past 5 decades, Israel has established settlements in Jerusalem where more than 600,000 Jews now reside. Palestinians contend that these settlements violate international law. Numerous attempts at achieving peace have been made over the years, commencing in 1979 and culminating in the 1990s with the Oslo Accords, where Palestinian and Israeli leaders engaged in negotiations regarding a two-state solution. Initial optimism gave way to frustration and mistrust. By the year 2000, violence had once again erupted, undermining the prospects for peace. In 2008, hopes for a peaceful resolution were dealt a severe blow. The most recent peace plan was introduced by former US President Donald Trump in January 2020, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu referred to it as the deal of the century. The Palestinians regarded it as one-sided and dismissed it. Consequently, tensions have remained exceptionally high, especially in East Jerusalem, Gaza, and the West Bank. Since 2007, Gaza has been governed by Hamas. Palestinians argue that they endure hardships due to Israeli actions and restrictions, while Israel contends that its actions are taken in self-defense. The conflict has persisted for an extended period, with a significant escalation occurring in mid-April 2021, coinciding with the start of the holy Muslim month of Ramadan. This period saw daily violent clashes between Israeli police and Palestinians, as well as events such as the eviction of Palestinian families in East Jerusalem. Understanding the nuances of this complex and ongoing conflict is crucial for appreciating the current situation. At its core, the dispute revolves around conflicting claims over Jerusalem and the deep-seated issues that both sides must resolve for a lasting peace to become a reality. Until these fundamental challenges are addressed, the cycle of conflict appears likely to persist.